Hey, what's happening, people? I'm Indymann. I am a property developer in the UK. The tips I'm going to give you today, I'm going to give you 7 points how to create wealth. And believe me, this is the best video you're going to find on YouTube regarding creating wealth. Watch the video till the end. Follow the 7 steps of creating wealth, and 100% guaranteed you will create wealth if you follow these steps in your life. Okay, these are tried and tested formulas, tried and tested strategies of creating wealth. Nobody will tell you this. I'm gonna reveal this in the video, so get ready and let's get on with point number 1.
So I'm back in my office now. Let's start with those 7 important steps which you can use to create wealth. First one is by start saving regularly. So we're all on different wage packets all around the world. So what you gotta do is you gotta save at least 10% of your income, whether you get paid weekly, whether you get paid monthly, or you get paid daily. Keep 90% and save the 10%. Put that to a side for future investments. Okay, so if you struggle to live on 90%, make cuts to your needs. Don't stop saving that 10%. Okay, that's the biggest one, the very first one. Start saving regularly. Okay, that's number 1. So that takes me to number 2. So number 2 is control your expenditures. So some people will ask me that how can we save 10% when earning and living off 100% is hard sometimes? How do we save that 10% every month or week whenever we get paid? Okay, so remember, what we call necessary expenses will always grow equal to our income unless we control our expenditures. Okay, so we all earn different wage packets and we mix our desires and we think they are necessary expenditures, necessary expenses which we can't live without. Think about how important is that Netflix subscription for you. Okay, so that brings me to number 3. So number 3 is make your money work for you now. Make your money multiply. So remember, we're all saving that 10% for a while now, and our wallet is getting heavier. So we need to go and invest there somewhere. Okay, we need to find a place where our money can give us money can multiply. It can give us an income back. Remember, there's loads of quick money making schemes where people will say that you invest with those, within a month you get so much back and stuff like that. They're all rubbish. Always look for long-term deals which will give you good returns at the end. So number 4, which is very important, is to guard your investment. Okay, now you've been saving up for a long time, you have invested your money, or you want to invest your money somewhere, and remember, when you got a pot of money sitting there and you yourself know that it's there, and family and friends know it's there, family and friends will try to give you lots of information. They'll try to give you advice about you should spend in this scheme, you should spend here and there, and you yourself will be eager as well that you want to invest that money somewhere where it'll bring the return quickly. Don't do that. Okay, so when I say guard your investment, the very first golden rule of investment is security of your principal. Okay, principal is the money which you're gonna initially invest. Okay, the money you're gonna put in. For example, you put in £100 into an investment scheme. After a year, it's gonna give you £1,000 back. Within that year, you gotta make sure that £100 always stays safe. No matter what happens, you'll be able to get that £100 back. Okay, so always guard your principal. Your principal should never be at risk. That's the golden rule of investment. Always remember that. That brings me to number 5. Number 5, own your own home. Okay, so remember, from the beginning I'm telling you that you keep 90% of your earnings in your pocket for your life, your well-being, your spending, and you save that 10%. Yeah, so keeping the 10% aside, you got the 90%. Out of the 90%, if by any chance, by any means, you can save a bit more to invest without obviously putting your well-being or your day-to-day life at risk, your bills at risk. So with that money, you should look to buy a plot of land or your own house, own your own house. The reason why I've got this step added in creating wealth is because if you're living on rent, uh, then you're only lining your landlord's pockets. Although I'm a landlord myself, but that doesn't matter. We're talking about creating wealth here, okay? So if you're gonna pay for living somewhere and you're gonna pay rent at that place, the same rent amount can go towards your mortgage of that property, because what you're doing then, you're creating long-term wealth in your property. Although it might not be an asset today, but in the long term, after 10, 20, 30 years, when you get old, that property is going to be worth a lot more, holding a lot more money in there. And then and plus you're paying for that property as well. So you're putting money into a bank account, really, which you can take out later on when you're retiring, your pension. You could use it, your kids, your family could use it. So always think of owning your own home, because paying rent to someone else, it doesn't make sense to me. So according to me, that is a very big point to create wealth. Own your own home, a piece of land, a plot of land. So you need that. Okay, that brings me to number 6. So number 6 will be ensure a future income. So we're all getting old. We're all moving towards old age. We are all gonna get there. We're all gonna either retire, or you can keep working like myself till the last days. It doesn't matter. But we are gonna get to a point, all of us, where we are not capable of earning as much as what we can earn today, because we won't be able to work as hard as what we can do now in our middle age, young age. So when you get old, you got to make sure that you have got a future income coming in, which you don't have to work as hard for. So in your early days, when you're working, try to invest at the long-term investments, which will grow slowly as you age into the future. So when you do retire, when you get old, you have got some sort of regular income coming in. And even I'll come to the same point about property. You can buy a house, you can buy a plot of land, and careful investments in things like that, like properties, and some bonds as well, which will gradually grow in value. But as you get old, in those prime days, you'll be able to use all that to your advantage. Your kids, your family can use that wealth, what you have created in the long term, um, and live a happy life.
So point number 7. Okay, point number 7 is that you should always try to increase your ability to earn. By that, what I mean is that you should always try to create, you should always try to learn new things. You should always try to learn new skills at your job, which will increase your ability to earn more money. Because I think the more knowledge you have, more potential you have to earn more money. More money you earn, of the 90%, your 10% will be bigger what you're saving. Your 90% will have more flexibility, where you can take some money out and you can actually put that money towards buying a plot of land, a house. You can get your rental property into yourself, owning a property for yourself. Excuse me, drink of water. Right, okay. So for example, going and asking your boss for a pay rise, which is long due, there's nothing wrong with that. That shows your desire to try to earn more. Okay, there's nothing wrong with that. Me myself, back in year 2000, I was a bus driver, and then I passed my transport manager's course, and which obviously increased my wages and increased my ability to earn, because I had upgraded my knowledge in the trade I was in. Okay, so always try and look to increase your potential to earn, wherever you're working, you're trading, your business. Always trying to upgrade your knowledge. Okay, so now I'm going to give you some bonus tips right at the end. Okay, if you follow these tips, I'm sure you're following some of these tips anyway. Just adjusting the camera a little bit. So, but if you follow these tips, I'm sure you'll make good progress in creating wealth. All right. So, first one of them is that always look to clear your debt as soon as possible. Whatever debt you've got, make sure you get rid of it. Don't buy anything what you can't afford. Right. Don't get into debt to buy things, guys. There is no need for it. Like I said earlier on, sometimes we think our desires are our necessities, but they're not. For example, I give an example of Netflix. How often do we watch Netflix when we're working? Very low, okay? So if you can do without things like that, you can cut them out of your life for a brief while, not forever. Once you start earning, once you've created so much wealth, that these things will come anyway, okay? So that's number one. Number two is always look after your loved ones, look after your family, because they're the ones who are gonna actually, think highly of you, talk highly of you. Always love your family, always look after them, always provide for them. Number four is that you should always, any man should always make a will of whatever property estate they've got, whatever assets they've got in life. You should make a will. That way, when we do pass to another world, that the estate is divided properly and honorably, rather than any fights or arguments later on. Okay, it's a big one. Number four is that always try to help the people who are less fortunate than yourselves. Okay, you don't have to give hundreds of thousands of pounds out. Even a pound, a penny, anything does towards charity. Okay, try to help somebody, and then you don't have to. I'm not just talking about people out there in need who you don't know. It could be somebody you know. It could be a family member. It could be a relative who needs your help, and so always try to do that, guys. And before I finish this video, I also want to say that in order to move up in life, in order to move further in life, one biggest point is for any business, for any person, generally in life, always have self-respect. Always respect yourself. Okay, if you don't respect yourself, no one's going to respect you. If you think highly of yourself, people will start thinking highly of you. If you think that you're zero, people will think you're zero. If you think you're a hero, people will make sure the people will think you're a hero. Okay, so always have that self-respect. With saying that, I want to thank all my subscribers, over 16,000 subscribers now. I want to thank all my fans. Thanks for the lovely message you're sending, and I love and respect my family and my friends. So God bless you all, and keep working hard.